everyone at home. If anyone would like to go and switch over to YouTube now, the stream is up and running. If you want to know what to look up, just Stony Brook Sports on YouTube, and the current title name is just WUSB Sports Stony Brook versus Sienna live broadcast.
Thorburn able to stay alive there, fouling it off, still 0-2. All right, we will be switching over, as Kevin said, shortly before 5 o'clock, because WUSB, Democracy Now! Coming up. But we will stay here for the remainder of the game on YouTube, so anyone who wants to listen, they're invested, trying to see this comeback, stick with us on YouTube. But that is lined into left field for a base hit. Both the shortstop Coffey and the third baseman Schaefer dove. Neither was able to keep in the infield. And so that's a hit.
Second baseman number 13, Steven Ramirez.
Do you have your computer charger?
We already talked about this.
Well, no, I asked George for his.
There goes the runner. He is safe at second. So a stolen base there on that first pitch. Thorburn able to get to second. And now another runner in scoring position for Ramirez. Ramirez waits. The 1-0 pitch. In there for strike one. The lefty Ramirez, the second baseman here, first at bat of the game. Count 1-1 here, 9-6 game, Sienna up, top of the fifth. Once again, they just got a run back with a home run from Ken Vandiver to left field after the Seawolves scored 7 unanswered. No, they didn't. They scored 5 unanswered, excuse me. Here is the pitch just outside, so 3-1. Ramirez waiting. Trying to get that run home from second. He lifts it in the air to left. Medium deep, but Jackson able to catch it and bring home the first out of this inning. So Paradigm, who we mentioned before, projected to be the best catcher in the conference this season. And he's hitting .750. He did strike out in his last at bat, however. But 2 for 3 today as he lines that one to the left field. Jackson will come over. He'll throw it in the direction of Coffey. But that will be a run for Sienna, second of the inning. And you can see that explosive bat from Paradigm turning on that pitch. Another hit to left field for the Saints, who now have a 4-run lead. Noah Brooks steps up to the plate for Sienna. Still just 1 out. Luca Menino trying to regroup in his second inning of work. Fires that one high. Brooks, he also has 2 hits today. We just mentioned it before, but this entire team, 14 hits. We're not even through the 5th yet, so it makes sense why they have 10 runs. Seawolves almost keeping pace with 6, and they've been hot, scoring in every inning. But they need to get some scoreless innings.
Some more scoreless innings.
I was about to say get some stops. This isn't basketball.
Got basketball on the brain.
Yep. That pitch, perfect double play opportunity, but Coffey boots it. Still able to get the out at first. He was unable to pick it up cleanly on the softly hit roller. So it will be just a ground out. Inning stays alive, runner at second, and Hambley with a chance to add on now for Sienna.
I mean, listen. Coffey, might not be used to the turf here at Joe Nathan Field yet. It did take a couple awkward rolls. I'll give him that much, but at least good on him to turn around the out at first at a minimum.
Right, and I mean, for his personal stats, I don't know how much he cares, but not an error. He still got the out. All right, first pitch is a ball to Hambly. Once again, runner on second. Seawolves down 4 here, top of the 5th. 2 outs. That pitch also outside, 2-0. Luca Menino in his second inning of work. This one a little worse than his first one. His first one 3 straight quick outs. Now battling, trying to keep this lead just at 4 as he loops in that breaking ball, 2-1. Dancing off a second little is Paradigm. As the pitch comes in, sliced foul, way out there to the left side.
Almost went into the street.
But now 1 strike away from limiting the damage just a little bit, trying to keep Stony Brook as close as he can. Menino works. Looks towards second, fires towards the plate, foul back.
After the top of the 3rd for softball, they're still up 2-0, looking for back-to-back wins in their doubleheader today against Fairleigh Dickinson.
Right here on Joe Nathan Field, 2-2 pitch. Luca Menino trying to get out of the inning as that is grounded to third base. Schaefer throws across, and they get the out. So 2 runs do score, able to avoid the missed double play from Coffey. Seawolves down 10-6.
Schaefer with a good game so far today. He obviously popped that home run over to left field. A couple of nice plays across the diamond to collect needed outs for this Stony Brook team. Defense has strangely been a struggle so far. We've seen some bobble double plays. We've obviously seen the balks. Pitching has been good enough to carry them through it. But if they can lock up just those simple defensive plays, get them where they're supposed to be, this team is going to start winning a lot more games. And another note that I want to throw in, trying to win back-to-back games for the first time this year.
So a new pitcher once again for Sienna. He's a righty, Marcus Botello, graduate student from Rhode Island. So we've seen a lot of pitchers here from both sides. Just give me a second. For Stony Brook, Evan Kay started 1 inning, 4 earned runs, 6 hits, could not get out of that disastrous second. Riley Bridges came in to relieve him, not much better. Just got 1 out, gave up 4 runs, only 1 earned, but he walked 2, gave up 2 hits. Connor Willier, 1.2 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. So he was the best arm so far for Stony Brook. Menino had a good first, as I just mentioned, but that 2-run second inning of work, catching up to him a little bit. And for Sienna, Puglisi started 2 innings, 2 earned runs. Paltridge gave up that 3-run home run to Schaefer. And Lindari gave up an unearned run in his 1 inning of work. And so now we'll see how Botello deals with this Stony Brook lineup that, as I just mentioned, has kept pace, kept close despite giving up the 10 runs on the other side. And Chris Carson will start things off, the lefty. 0 for 1 today. He flew out in that first inning, but he was hit by a pitch in the 3rd.
The first baseman, number 4, Carson.
So Carson, the lefty, will step up against Lindari, the righty.
Kind of crazy to think that Stony Brook could have had this at an 8-6 game if they just put up another 0 spot at the top of the 5th.
First pitch. Out. Oh, no, it's called in for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count to Chris Carson. Into the windup. The pitch. Carson lifts it out to left field. Ranging back is D'Elia. Right at the wall. He makes the catch and crumbles into the wall. So deep in the left field gap. He was able to catch it right in front of the, as you mentioned, Kevin, the new padding.
Number 17, James.
Went down a little awkwardly, but he seems to be okay.
Yeah, that's where Stony Brook would have loved to have someone on base because they could have just taken off due to the, like he said, crumbling of Elia.
James Schaefer now up, 1 for 1 today, and it was a big one. He had that 3-run home run, and he will get a free trip to first base. Plunked. How many hit by pitches is that so far?
It's definitely
From my
getting up
memory,
there.
I think it's 5.
Number 36,
And we've played just 5 innings. So Seawolves getting a lot of free passes, painful free passes, but free passes nonetheless.
Chance Dowdy will be taken out of the lineup, and we'll get another pinch hitter in at the bottom of the 5th inning. Again, Coach just trying to get some guys into some live at-bats, in-game at-bats, make sure everyone's ready to go. Stony Brook, their first away series in conference play.
Oh, and Schaefer picked off. Went a little too early. Now he's in a rundown, trying to escape, and he gets tagged out. So a nice move right there by Botello. Got Schaefer to run a little too early, threw it back to first, and that's a costly first out for Stony Brook, just giving up that free base runner they just got.
Well, second out of the inning. Erases the runner, obviously, because there was the fly out to left field.
Right.
And that away series that I was talking about against Charleston. So that's never an easy opponent to be playing against, Diego. Obviously, Charleston, UNCW, 2 of those top teams. Just good overall athletic programs.
That is chopped and bobbled a little by the third baseman, throwing to first just in time. Jordan Welch chopped it over to Thompson at third. As I just mentioned, he bobbled it, recovered, and threw out Welch by maybe a millisecond. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but very close play there at first.
And Thompson, another guy that's not the normal starting third baseman or normal starting player, obviously, because you have Paradine as the designated hitter. Jake Sparks, excuse me, the normal starting third baseman for Sienna. He was also on the preseason All-MAC team, just a junior right now. So Sienna overall got some young guns going on this Saints squad.
We can already tell this is just a good hitting team. And so far, they've been a little defensively. The hit by pitch has bugged them, but besides that, putting together a really good performance here on this Tuesday afternoon. And so Menino, even after giving up those 2 runs, he'll stay in, pitching this top of the 6th. And Sanchez, really the only guy for this Sienna team so far who has not gotten it going offensively, at least in this game. Edwin Sanchez hitting just 167 this season, 0 for 3 today. 2 strikeouts, and then reached on an error. Well, and for all of Sienna's scoring, they've left 7 runners on base in the first 5 innings.
Oh, it could easily be much worse than it is. Again, Stony Brook has 6 runs on 4 hits. Sienna has 10 on 14. So obviously there's a big difference in the ratio at which Stony Brook is converting. Obviously part of that has to do with Stony Brook getting hit by pitches a lot more often, drawing a couple of walks. So Stony Brook's pitchers, they're focused on one thing right now, and that is just stop giving up these hits. while Sienna on the other side, they got to find better command. They got to stop allowing free base runners. And on top of that, they got to stop giving up the couple of hits that have come through. Additionally, one of those 4 hits was a 3-run shot. So that just changes the game entirely.
So Menino entering his 3rd inning of work here. Top of the 6th. Seawolves down 10-6. First pitch. Grounded easily to shortstop. Coffee throws to first. High throw and safe. Chris Carson had to jump up to make the catch. By the time he got down, Sanchez was already at the base. And that'll be an error on the throw by Coffee. So we just mentioned Seawolves have to tighten up a little bit.
Yeah, Coffee still just looked like he's trying to get acclimated to this season. Again, all of the plays aren't going bad from the beginning and staying bad and staying bad. It's he's doing everything cleanly, but then just at one part of his motion, he's messing up.
Back pick attempt now from Zepek as D'Elia bluffed the bunt. The first pitch was in for a strike. And he tried to pick off Sanchez at first, but he dove back safe. 0-1 now to the lefty, D'Elia. Again tries to bunt, and again the back pick. This time it was a ball. But so the same play twice in a row. So Sienna trying to make things happen on the base paths. A little small ball right here. 1-1 count. A little bigger lead here for Sanchez than the last couple of pitches. Let's see how active he is on the base paths. Does not go. Wow. And it looked like D'Elia still trying to bunt. He pulled it away too early and could not get the bat back in the zone in time. That's strike 2.
I really wonder if this is just Sienna trying to practice something right now. There's no reason to be this aggressive trying to get a bunt.
Right, especially with the lead. And it doesn't appear to be working so far. I would be shocked if he bunted now, 2 strikes. He'll be swinging the bat. And he doesn't swing the bat as the pitch just outside. Maybe too close to take, but he took it and it worked out in this instance. So 2-2 the count. Still no outs, runner on first. Long hold, here's the pitch. Chopped down the right side, just stayed alive right there. As once again, we will be moving exclusively to YouTube right now, as Democracy Now! Will take over, preempts us on WUSB, but we will be live on YouTube.
Already live on YouTube if you want to switch over. We got a minute left. We don't want to create any dead air, so we'll be going up to the stoppage exactly.
Here is the 2-2 pitch. Check swing, did he go? He did not, and the count is full. Low pitch right there. D'Elia had some intention to swing, gave it up the last second, and just in time there to force the 3-2 pitch. Coming up right here by Menino. Runner possibly on the move here. Does not go. That pitch too high. Ball 4.
That's a great at-bat.
Yeah.
Started weirdly with the couple, I think it was a trio of bunt attempts. But ultimately, no strikeout, no punch-out coming for Menino. And that might start to get the bullpen a little bit more active as there are some throwers up. And we will be sending it over to Democracy Now! Here on WSB 90.1 FM, Stony Brook. Top of the hour, 5 o'clock. Democracy Now! On from 5 to 6. WSB Sports live on YouTube, so make the transition over, and we'll continue the game there.
Here is the pitch now. Long hold again, and now a bunt. This time it's laid down by Thompson. Throw to first is in time. Schaefer able to make the play, but the runners move on. Successful sack right there by Thompson.
That bunt makes a little bit more sense. Again,
yeah.
With the score of the game overall confusing, I really just imagine this is Sienna just trying to get some practice for scenarios where they will need to bunt. Again, this team that's been so powerful with their hitting so far, 14 hits. They don't exactly need to play small ball in order to get their offense.
Well, and here comes Vandiver to the plate. He homered against Menino to lead off last inning. So Menino looking for a little revenge here. Still 1 out. Big strikeout situation if you want to prevent the run. Here is the 1-0 pitch. Outside and low, 2-0. That'll draw a quick mound visit. And softball right next to us, still up 2-0 here in the 3rd inning. Looking for their 2nd win today. They won leg 1 of the doubleheader against FDU. Looking to win here, Seawolves looking to make a comeback. Starts with limiting these runs, however. All right, so that mound visit is over. Menino looking to use that wisdom imparted to him from the coaching staff to get out of this inning clean. Vandiver has a 2-0 count, and he has 2 hits today. His first 2 of the season. As in comes the 2-0 pitch from Menino. Long hold. In there for a strike. Still just 1 out. So a hit to the outfield would bring in a run, but that's a swing and miss. 2-2. Cannon Vandiver looking to stay alive, bring home a run for Sienna. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Low, so another full count. Big momentum pitch possibly coming here. Stony Brook down by 4, trying to limit the damage. 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. Here is the pitch. In there for strike 3. Got him looking. Vandiver goes down. That pitch kind of looped into the zone, started off high, ended up right smack in the middle. That's out number 2. Top of the lineup now, Thorburn, 2 hits today. It's up to him to salvage this inning. Here's the first pitch, and he lines it. Diving catch! What a catch by James Schaefer, preventing 2 runs from scoring. That's a beautiful play right there. Great defense. So a scoreless inning is put up by Menino. Seawolves down 10-6 in between the 6th. And for the Seawolves, their hitting has been pretty good today. It's been average today, actually. 4 for 16. That's a 250 average. They've stranded base runners, however. They've stranded 3. But speaking of stranding base runners, 9 base runners for Sienna. That might actually increase here. 11, I'd say, base runners stranded, which makes sense. 14 hits for this team so far. They've been raking, but they've scored 10 runs. Could have had more. The 9 left on base. Seawolves able to skirt out of trouble in multiple innings. First inning, and we saw in that inning, able to put up the shutout. So coming to bat will be Jack Sherry, Aiden Coffey, and Luke Zepek. 7, 8, 9 in the order for Stony Brook. Looking to make the comeback. And on the mound, it will be Botello. Still. Marcus Botello, the first pitcher in a while for Sienna to come out for a 2nd inning. They've been exhausting all their pitchers so far. But Botello, the first pitcher to put out a shutout. A scoreless frame. That came in the bottom of the 5th. Seawolves finally didn't score. Looking to score here, however. So Sherry, 0 for 1. He was hit by pitch. Jack Scary. He'll look to get things started here in the bottom of the 6th, trailing by 4 runs. And we've seen, weirdly, a lot of leadoff hit by pitches. So one thing to watch out for is that one skirts inside. Did not get hit by it, but pretty close. 1-0. Botello, ready. He aims, he fires. Foul. Way back. That reaches the trees down the right field line. So Scary on that pitch. Looking to now straighten it out. Get on base to start this inning with a 1-1 count right now. Here's the pitch. In there for strike 2. So the Seawolves didn't happen last inning, but they've been relatively good at getting the leadoff batter on. Looking to do that right here. Here's the pitch. Again, foul. So Scary putting together a pretty good at bat. Not going down without a fight. Looking to make that fight worth something. Can he get on base? Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Botello. Chop to the right side. Wow, on the backhand, Ramirez was able to pick it up a little awkwardly, but he got there, threw it to Hambley for out number 1.
I still like that from Scary overall. I mean, listen, this has been a team that, and this is something I'm going to quote directly from George, hasn't put together a lot of great at-bats. Not a lot of individually impressive at-bats. Now, as a team, they've still gotten scoring when they've needed it, but you got to start taking these pitchers deeper.
The infield, especially the third baseman Thompson and the first baseman Hambley, the corners, playing Aiden Coffey possibly for a bunt. So Coffey didn't look like he was going to bunt there. They move back a little bit, still shallow, as he takes that one in for strike 1. Coffey drove in a run in the 2nd inning with a ground ball that was initially called foul, got overturned to fair. He got the RBI, which kind of broke him out of a slump, trying to keep it going here as he takes that pitch on the outside edge for ball 2. Botello gets ready. Here comes a 2-1 pitch. In there for strike 2. So Coffey being a little shy with the bat right here. 2 pitches kind of on the edge. But if you see that again, you got to swing at it. Too close to take. 2-2 pitch. Trying to stay alive is Aiden Coffey, the shortstop. Just outside, full count. So Coffey, 5 takes so far in this at-bat. And the count is full. Here's the payoff pitch, 3-2. Chopped foul, so staying alive. So Kevin, as you mentioned, Seawolves now putting together some long at-bats. Showing some fight with 2 strikes, shortening up. Just trying to put the ball in play, because a strikeout gives you nothing. If you put it in play, you have a chance to get on base. Here is the 3-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4, so a great at-bat there by Coffey. They have a 1-out base runner as Luke Zepek will step up to the plate.
Listen, I can't see the front of his face, but George Karatzis has tears of happiness streaming down the right side of his cheek. I mean, that was one of the best at-bats we've seen from a Stony Brook player so far this year. And again, for a guy that struggled defensively today, that's great for Coffey to get his confidence going.
Well, and Coffey is a very fast player, so watch him on the base paths as seems like Brooks heard me, went for the pickoff right there, the back pick after the first pitch was called a ball. So 1-0 now to the 9-hitter Luke Zepek. Looking for his first hit of the year. Taking the lead off first is Coffee. That pitch is hit foul towards the softball field, right towards the pitcher's mound. So once again, softball field and baseball field, very close in vicinity. Sometimes a ball from each sport could land on the field, just something you got to watch out for. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Botello to Z-Peck. That is up for ball 2. And once again, Brooks thought about the back pick on Coffee, but Coffee way too close to the base to make it worth it. 2-1. 1 out here. Stony Brook down 10-6. A lot of fireworks early. Game has kind of settled down. And that is strike 2. 2-2. Taking the lead off first is Coffee, still dancing. 2-2 pitch. Pickoff attempt here. Coffee back safely.
Derek says hi.
I say hi back. What's he doing?
He's watching the stream. Having a fun time.
What's up, Derek? All right, 2-2 pitch to Z-Peck. Swung and missed, out in front there. Kind of pulled the string to Botello to get the second out of the inning as the lineup turns over.
The center fielder, number 21.
So Stony Brook, after stringing together 4 innings, all with a run, starting to look like they'll come up for naught with the last 2 innings. Still down by 4 here at home.
And Drombowski, the shift is on as he rips one into right field. Can it find a gap? And it will drop in front of Thorburn. Moving to third with those wheels is Coffee. Thought about going home. Finally, the brakes are put on.
He was almost set.
Yeah.
And I can see the vision there. I mean, maybe an extra step and he has a shot at getting to home. But that's another good hit from Drombowski. Inherits a runner as the lineup flips, like you said, Diego. That's exactly what you want. Now let's see if Matt Jackson, hitting .250 so far this season. He's 1 for 1 today. If he can get some more damage done.
Jackson flew out, but it was an RBI. Sac fly in the 4th inning. Looking to drive in a run here as he takes one on the outside corner. Strike 1.
Yeah, that pitch just dropped into the zone, unfortunately, for Jackson. I saw the vision of why he wanted to take that.
And with 2 outs, it's fine to be patient. You can take strike 1. Some of the best hitters don't mind getting 2 strikes because they feel confident they can combat it. As Jackson takes that one just off, maybe a little low, 1-1.
First one was a curve. The second one was a breaking ball. Again, you don't want to give heat to Jackson down the middle.
We saw what happened before. 2 home runs, including a walk-off in their most recent game against Northeastern. First conference win in the head coach career of Jim Martin. First season at the helm of the Seawolves team as Jackson now takes a 2-1 count. Here comes the pitch. And he chops it right, and that'll be foul.
Still a 2-0 score for Stony Brook softball. The only runs of that game coming in the first inning. They took the first game of the doubleheader against FDU, trying to go 2 for 2 on the day. And what I would believe would also be the first win streak for softball this year.
So both teams, baseball and softball, looking to get their second straight win. Softball slightly better position now, but Jackson trying to change that as he slashes that one way foul down the left field line. So he's on it.
That almost went to Circle Road as well.
Right. Still 2-2. Jackson working the at-bat. Botello, 22 pitches so far, so he's working. That pitch just inside, 3-2. Maybe another one that's too close to take, but Jackson did take it and did get the ball.
Who said baseball players don't have hip movement? That was a great little reflex for Jackson not to get hit there and show the referee that that ball was in fact on the inside of the plate.
Full count now. Runner on first, Drombowski will be in motion. As that pitch is down, bases loaded. for Johnny Pilla.
I mean, there was tears going down George's cheek after that other at-bat from Coffey. I mean, now he's just sobbing at this point. Jackson, he's a power hitter, but he's not selfish. Sets up a better situation for Pilla, who can tie this game up at 10 if he were to hit a grand slam. But, again, you're not talking about hitting with power right now. Just put any ball in play.
We're still early enough in this game, 6th inning, that even just chipping away helps. You don't have to sell all out for power. And I'm sure Pilla knows that. Veteran, smart hitter. The batting average not reflecting it so far this season, .91 coming into the game. But 1 for 3 today. And looking to add a couple of RBIs to that total with his second hit. And once again, as you mentioned, great walk-up song.
Oh, they're letting it play right now with the meeting over at the mound going on. Sun's starting to set a little bit here at Joe Nathan Field, but obviously with the daylight savings, we still got 2 hours of sunlight.
Right. That's another nice change. Spring is coming as the pitch is coming outside for ball 1. So Botello had that great bottom of the 5th where he held Stony Brook scoreless. Now trying to keep them scoreless again, but in a very dangerous situation. As that is low, 2-0. Nowhere to put Pilla. Bases loaded. Stony Brook down 10-6.
Botello, he really does not want to challenge this strike zone, but Stony Brook, they're well aware.
At one point, you have to. Make him earn the runs. And Pilla trying to earn the runs right there. Swung right over the top of that pitch. 2-1.
Maybe a bit of an ill-advised swing right there from Pilla. Again, we've only seen 1 strike from Botello, and I want to say the last 6 pitches he's thrown, and that just barely creeped over.
And the infield on the right side playing very deep against Pilla, respecting the pull power, as that is outside, 3-1. So if you're Pilla, you obviously don't want to chase, but you're thinking you might get a great pitch to hit right here with nowhere to put you. But if it's not perfect, don't swing at it. Because a ball right here brings in a run, and he does swing at it, rolls over, but it's just foul. Thankfully for Pilla. That was a routine play for the first baseman Hambly if it didn't roll foul.
He wants to attack. You can see the hunger for Johnny Pilla. Again, he's hitting below 1 right now at .091. He's 1 for 3 on the day.
Runners in motion, 3-2 pitch, popped up. Should be an easy play for D'Elia, and he comes away with it. So missed opportunity for the Seawolves. Good signs with the at-bats, but not able to get the ultimate result.
Yeah, I mean, you created danger, obviously. It started off with Coffey getting the walk, and then, you know, followed up by another walk by Jackson to load the bases. You'll take that. You know, it's one of those situations, you see it in basketball where one of your good players gets a straightaway open look at 3 or a corner 3, and sometimes they clank off the rim, they don't go down, and, you know, coaches, they live with that. I think you got to live with that here.
And again, this isn't the College World Series. This is a game in mid-March, non-conference, still really early in the season, where you're just looking for signs like that. Good at-bats, especially from guys like Coffey, especially from guys like Pilla, just to work at bats in big situations. Even if they don't come through, that was a good sign for the Stony Brook offense.
So we get to the top of the 7th now here on the WSB YouTube page. 10-6 the score in favor of the visiting Saints. As they've been having a good start to his season. They were, like we said earlier, picked to finish 6th overall in the MAAC. Really, the MAAC and the MAC, kind of similar positioning for baseball. Obviously, they flip back and forth in which one's better at either sport. Both of them are the MAC. One's the MAC, though.
The MAC. But we have mentioned a little earlier, if you weren't listening, that this is a Sienna team that started out pretty rough, 0-7. But just like Stony Brook, they played tough competition ranked teams. I think they played Wake Forest, who was ranked number 24. But now they've been putting together some wins. Lost their last game, but still 2-1 in conference play. Looking to continue that non-conference play just as the Seawolves are. But right now, they are the ones with the 4-run advantage, are the Saints.
You know, and that's another one of those things where you just got to accept that when you go south as a Northeastern team that you are going to get lit up at the beginning of the year. UCF is a good ball club. Everyone knows Wake Forest already. I mean, you don't get ranked without being a good team. So, again, I've said it a lot in the last couple of minutes. You got to live with those if you are a head coach. Stony Brook live with them. There's not a lot of Northeastern teams that are able to go down south and consistently get wins. But I also appreciate the fact that Sienna wasn't challenging these lower-tier Division I clubs in the South. Not that those necessarily exist, but they went after UCF. They went after Wake Forest, and I think that sets you up so well down the stretch of things. Stony Brook does it all the time.
Yeah.
Matt Zank, now with Coach Martin. I mean, you're playing Georgia Tech. You know, a couple years ago it was LSU. You know, it's consistently these top-notch programs.
New armament for Stony Brook, Kincaid Berthold. I don't know if I have that pronunciation. I'll work on it. But nonetheless, first pitch off the knob of the bat, foul.
I mean, Diego, here's where a little bit of experience as a broadcaster will help you out. When you have such a unique first name like Kincaid, and a confusing last name, sometimes just go by the first name. Just go Kincaid the whole time.
Kincaid also a common last name, however, so it might be a little confusing, but nonetheless, Kincaid on the mound. And a 1-1 count, and that is chopped foul, 1-2. The batter is Ramirez, who has not gotten a hit, I think. No, he's not. I was going to say, might be the only player in the lineup, but that's a total falsehood. Don't listen to me. But the count 1-2, and he takes that inside. The reason I thought that is because Sienna, 14 hits. That's a ridiculous total for a full game. We're still on the top of the 7th, so they likely will add on. Here's the 1-2 pitch, is low, almost hit the back foot of Ramirez, but it's a full count.
We got an update from our beat reporter, George Karatzis, known ball knower George Karatzis. He goes by Cade, which I think is even cooler, so I'm calling him Cade for the rest of the year.
Well, Cade just threw that pitch inside, ball 4, so a leadoff walk to Ramirez.
Yeah, but, you know, who needs to pitch well when you have a cool name?
Yeah. It's easier to excuse someone from poor performance if they have a cool name.
So reading his bio on Stony Brook Athletics, appeared in 18 games last year, making 8 starts in the outfield during his first season on Long Island. Collected 5 hits, 2 doubles, 3 RBI, 6 runs scored, and drew 2 walks and 2 hit by pitches.
That pitch is slashed down the line, just foul. That was extra base as if it's a few feet left, but nonetheless, Paradine, who we mentioned, their top hitter, hitting .750 coming into the game. He has 3 hits today, almost had hit number 4, and almost had RBI number 3.
So it looks like Cade making the switch over as a dual threat player on the pitching mound. I believe this is his first appearance on the hump for Stony Brook. I could be wrong. I'll check.
That just outside, 1-1. Double play situation right here. You can see the infielder shifted. We already saw the Seawolves get 1 double play in that disastrous second inning. And they had another chance at it in the next inning. But Coffey bobbled it. Looking for that right now as Cade goes for the pickoff. But diving back safely is Ramirez.
So he did appear for 2/3 of an inning against Arkansas State. He faced 3 batters, gave up 1 hit, 1 run, and 1 earned run.
There goes the runner as that pitch is popped up. Now has to get back is Ramirez, and he is able to get back. But the hit was caught by Carson. So a little scary for Ramirez there. When you're running and it's a pop-up and you don't know it's a pop-up, sometimes disaster can happen, but able to get back right there. First out of the inning. Stepping to the plate is Brooks. 2 hits so far today. And going early was Ramirez. He stole second base. He was halfway there by the time the pitch was released. But Cade, already in his motion, couldn't turn around in time and just fired that one in for a strike instead.
Speedy Ramirez, like you said, he was halfway gone by the time the release ever came. Sometimes having a brain is better than having legs.
The opposite, right? As that pitch is popped up to Carson, who catches his second pop fly of the inning.
No, what I mean by that is he picked the exact right time to start running.
Oh.
He could have been.
You're right.
He could have been 10 times slower and still made it.
Right. Me and you could have stole that base.
I could have stole that. I mean, you know, if my knees didn't give out on me and I fell onto my face, I could have stolen that base. But, you know, you never know. If they'll give out, they could.
2 outs now. 7 to the plate is Hambly, the first baseman. Takes ball 1. And a little excitement on the softball field as they reestablish their 2-run advantage with a home run, now leading 3-1 in the bottom of the 5th. And that pitch is tattooed to right field, deep into the gap. That ball is off the wall. 1 run will score. Digging into second is Hambly. And now extending the lead are the Saints.
That's where it now really hurts that you didn't punch in any of those runs at Stony Brook in the bottom of the 6th. Now back to a 5-run lead, and you've lost all of the momentum.
Right, the Seawolves for a while had the momentum. They were down 8-1 in the middle of the 2nd inning, but they then came back and scored 5 consecutive runs. The big blast came off of the bat of who was it? My memory's kind of
Schaefer.
Right, James Schaefer, of course. 3-run home run. He made it a ball game, but now the lead kind of growing right here for the Saints. Still 2 outs, runner on second, Sanchez up. And wow, as we've mentioned, the balk has been a problem for the Seawolves. We see it right there as Cade lets the runner Hambly move to third. Not the worst thing because there's 2 outs, but now got to be careful of the wild pitch, as that pitch was in for a strike. Oh and 2 on Sanchez. Edwin Sanchez trying to stay alive. Also looking for his first hit of the day. He's 0 for 4 on the day, hitting just 167 this season. And that's probably gone down today as he fouls that one. And that foul ball went off the head of Luke Zepek. So he might be a little shaken up. But as I mentioned earlier, catchers, the toughest players. I mentioned it when Gell got hit by that pitch right in the helmet. They've taken punishment, and they know how to take punishment. And we saw that right there. Right back up is Zepek. 0-2 pitch is high. So Cade just trying to limit the damage to just 1. Still, the game not quite out of reach, especially with, we've seen these offensive explosions for these teams. Seawolves still a chance, down 5 runs. But the more runs to score, the harder it will be, as a foul ball now coming towards the bleachers. And everyone able to get out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate those lacrosse girls didn't have a stick, or else they would have been able to catch that one a little bit easier. But they all just scrambled. And 2 of them, I think, have broken legs, and their 2 teammates didn't help out at all. So that's a little messed up. But, you know, it is what it is.
Right, you don't want to get injured on the baseball field. in the crowd. As that pitch just high, 2-2. Kevin, do you bring your glove to games?
I don't have a glove.
So I guess not.
Yeah.
Guess you got to use your bare hands if it's coming this way. Protect the equipment. Nonetheless, there's the 2-2 pitch. That is lined in the air to left. Jackson back, but that ball is gone. A 2-run home run for Sanchez. Edwin Sanchez, his first home run of the season. And now the lead right back to its largest, 13-6. Game starting to get away from the Seawolves.
Yeah, I mean, in any other game, like, that's the kill shot. But, again, you're talking about a midweek in the beginning of March. Stony Brook can still come back from this deficit, even though it is grown once again to 7. It's just a question about how many they can knock in this upcoming inning. And regardless, again, not that big of a deal if you drop a game to Sienna.
Right. That pitch inside on the legs of D'Elia. He was able to skip out of the way, but almost hit by pitch. We've seen a lot of those this game, especially on the side of the Sienna pitching. Stony Brook almost with one there. Count 1-0. Seawolves down 7, top of the 7th. 3 runs coming already. And now, maybe a little rattled is Cade from that home run. 2 pitches well out of the zone. Just trying to get reestablished here. Two-0 pitch to D'Elia. Incoming. And he lays down a bunt, a good one. It's going to be Cade to make the play and throw him out. So nice athletic play from the pitcher there. Just good play all around right there. A little surprising going for the bunt, but once again, just working on a few skills. This game not that important as we head to the mid-7th. 7th inning stretch.
Your attention please, now pitching for Sienna, number 99, 18 balls.
Welcome back. We are back here for the bottom of the 7th inning. Seawolves down 13-6. And we have a pitching change once again for Sienna. We have seen a lot of different pitchers for both teams. And Casey Vaughn, the junior, will come to the mound for Sienna with a big lead right here. It all started in the 1st inning as they jumped out to a quick 1-0 lead. Seawolves answered quickly, but then a 7-run top of the 2nd inning 3 different Seawolves pitchers combined to give up those 7 runs. Seawolves chipped away, especially with the 3-run home run by Schaefer. But now 5 unanswered by the Saints to reestablish that lead, as leading off is Chris Carson, who's 0 for 2. So the Seawolves now just trying to get on base, string together hits if you can, down this big of a margin. But as Kevin mentioned earlier, with this kind of game, you never know what can happen. Almost seems like when teams play at Coors Field in Colorado, with that high elevation, you can go down maybe 7 or 8 runs, and that means nothing. That's kind of what it feels like now. Pitchers kind of wild, batters kind of hot. Let's see if that maintains right here with Chris Carson leading off with a 3-0 count. Here's the pitch, and that is inside, a 4-pitch walk. So Vaughn coming in a little wild.
I mean, listen, one thing you can take away from this game, regardless of the final score, Stony Brook drawing a lot more walks is a huge positive sign for their offense. You know, George has been talking a little bit about on the Sunday show how they've been getting offense without having to put up home runs. Walks is a big part of that equation.
So James Schaefer, as we mentioned, he hit the 3-run home run. Looking to kind of replicate something similar to that or just get on base. He takes ball 1. So 5 pitches so far from Vaughn, still no strikes. You got to let him come to you. And that one finally in there for a strike on the inside corner, 1-1.
Schaefer with 2 hit by pitches as well, so he's been on base every single time.
Looking to get on base now for the 4th time as the 1-1 pitch inside, maybe a little high as well, 2-1. Carson taking his lead off first. Looked back a little by Vaughn, but looks like he'll go to the mound. He throws it to the plate. Outside, 3-1. So Vaughn, 7 balls, 1 strike so far. Seawolves just got to be patient right here. You need base runners, and a walk's a great way for that to happen. 3-1 pitch, incoming. That's inside. Ball 4 is the ump. Might have got hit by that pitch, and he's a little shaken up.
He'll take a short trip down the third base line as softball was hit foul over the net.
So a little bit of a reversal from what we've seen. We've seen a couple baseballs land in the softball field. Softball coming towards the baseball field.
You know what I've been thinking about, Diego?
Yeah.
Something that would be really nice to have is just a little tarp behind us to block out the sun. I know there was jokes about a Mr. Karatz's sponsored tent a couple of years ago. I don't know if we need a tent, but I'll definitely take a tarp behind us, and you can put whatever logo on it that you want. Some free ad. I don't know what Mr. Karatz's does for a living. I don't know if it's something that we can advertise. I could ask my dad for a State Farm thing. WSB, underwritten by State Farm. We can't technically take sponsors. We're public radio.
Of course.
Although we're on YouTube right now, so I actually can say that without getting in trouble.
When are we getting monetized?
Technically, this is monetized. I just don't have ads turned on because, well, I mean, you know, there's no reason to.
Well, and how many viewers do we have?
Well, I mean, you know, we got Matt watching, so
yeah,
we can get.
Derek was on there a little earlier. I don't know if he's still here, but
you never know.
So makes sense. Vaughn a little wild, coming out of the bullpen. Quick mound visit. Jordan Welch will step up. 0 for 1 so far today. And Vaughn thrown 9 pitches so far, only 1 of them in the zone. But usually after a pitching coach comes out, they kind of lock in a little. So let's see if he's a little more aggressive now. First pitch. Up high, ball 1. And for Sienna, with this big of a lead, just attack the batters. There's no reason to try. Are we back? All right, so the Seawolves, 2 straight outs while we were gone. A strikeout and a flyout. And now it is Aiden Coffey getting pinch hit for. Mike Villani, the lefty, stepping up. The count is 2-0 to Villani as the ball kind of gets away from the pitcher right there. Bad throw from the catcher, Brooks, but good backup by Vandiver, the shortstop. 2-0 to Villani. We're in the 7th inning just ended, and Stony Brook, despite getting the first 2 runners on, did not score. So Seawolves still trailing 13-6 as we head to the top of the 8th. Cade still on the mound to start this inning. So the Seawolves, 6 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, 8 left on base. A lot of those coming the last 2 innings. They stranded the bases loaded in the bottom of the 6th and 2 runners on with nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. Meanwhile, Sienna, the Saints, 13 runs on 16 hits, 1 error in the field, but 9 left on base. So if there's any chance the Seawolves come back and win this game, Sienna's going to look at those runners left on base, but for now, they're in full control as Thompson comes to the plate. He's 2 for 3 today with an RBI, only increasing his .400 average coming into today. So Cade ready, first pitch. That is outside for ball 1. 1-0 count now.